Hey y'all. Sorry we're a little bit late. My phone went wonky. I don't know what happened. It wouldn't let me touch nothing. It was just crazy. So anyway, it's Friday. Oh my goodness. Anybody else ready for Friday? I don't know if you guys were here yesterday or in Thornton, but after yesterday, we were all ready for a drink. So therefore, you know why we have chosen this Fab Five for today. I'll show it to you in just a minute. We're going to give other people a chance to come on and say, hey, how y'all doing? Woo, 34 people. 34 people. I'm not going to do a joke today. Didn't really have time to search for a joke. But we did find a winner. We did that. And we got a Fab Five. We selected some very special items for you to have a discount on. And found this lovely project. I'm hoping you guys are going to enjoy making it. Looks like this. This is obviously just the flimsy part in the front. I didn't have time to finish it, but it's a lovely little tulip. And you can find this free pattern at sulky.com. Just type in a welcome spring. If you go to their projects and look for like welcome spring or spring anything, their projects are free. The only thing you have to pay for is the embroidery designs if you'd like them. I have this one that I got, which I thought was super cute, and also this one, which I thought was super cute as well. They are $4.99 each. And completely optional. You guys can use a design of your own if you'd like. And yeah, so that's going to be our project for today. Very excited to make a project number 2. And how far up are we now?
70.
Oh, 70. Awesome. Okay, so behind the camera we have Celeste. And she's going to be, running around and doing stuff for me. That's all she does. She just shows up and she says, Yvette, what do you need? I'm kidding. She doesn't do that. But we're gonna have a lot of fun today. I'm actually okay. You guys are gonna learn more and more about me as we go along. Full disclosure, Yvette does not enjoy traditional piecing very much. I am not all that great at it, so I'm actually calling this Milwaukee Garden Tulip, because if you actually pay real close attention to like this area right here, you can see that my leaf is a little crooked, just a tiny bit. But if you go out in your own garden, are all of your tulips standing straight up? Heck no. Okay, so this is Yvette's version of a tulip. It's kind of leaning a little bit, like the Tower of Pisa. But it's still really cute. So we're going to go with that. And that's also why I teach foundation paper piecing.
Where's your headband?
Oh, well, darn. Someone said that, didn't they? I did forget. You guys, whenever you come back from a quilt con, yes, I was at QuiltCon. Oh my gosh, I had so much fun. If you're in the store, come and ask me about it. I'll show you all the quilts too. Had such a good time. Such lovely quilts. All my friends were there. We got to talk. And Elaine is bringing me some ears. I'll take the white ones, I think.
There you go.
Woo! Okay, I got some ears.
Hello, ladies. I apologize for not being on with the ladies today. I just got back from taking care of my dad who had knee surgery, and I'm not dressed appropriately. Or have
She
pretty
looks
hair.
horrible.
I do. My hair is just a disaster. He doesn't own a blow dryer. What's the matter with him? So
I think I may have used a blow dryer 5 times in my entire life.
Your hair doesn't not like mine.
I don't have much hair. She's correct. So anyway, that's why I teach foundation paper piecing. I love paper piecing because you can get, pretty perfect points without even trying all that hard. So but we're gonna muddle through it, and we're gonna have a great time. And I'm gonna put my second wonky tulip right next to the first one, and perhaps we'll be able to finish them up and hang them up on the wall somewhere so you guys can come in. I would love to see yours, as usual. If you make one, I would love to see yours. We would all love to see it. Please share, even if it's not this project, any project that you're working on, we would love to see. Okay, so I think we're gonna get going as soon as I show all of the products and the Fab Five. So the Fab Five, you guys, we have not one, but count them, 2 fabrics with words on them. Oh my goodness. This one right here, love it. It's so cute. It says stuff like, "You are the tequila to my margarita." And then it says, "It's margarita o'clock." There is one that says, "Straighten your crown." "Sip, sip, hooray! Happier by the hour. Fun time. All you need is wine and a little fun time." That's okay. I see where that went. "Straighten your crown and carry on." That's what that one said. So this one's really super cute. I love this one. This one right here has some wine glasses. It's got some martini glasses, if that happens to be your speed. It says, "Great minds drink alike." Oh my goodness, I love that. Okay, yeah, this one's cute. And then we've got this lime green one with some margaritas on it. So that's going to go super cute with both of those. And then to round it out, we've got a lovely pink and a very vibrant bright blue. I think this would make a perfect little mug rug for your drinks, or, yeah, I mean, that's what I would do with it. Yeah. Okay, so that's our Fab Five for today. You get 5 half yards of fabric for $20. Can't beat that with a stick. So we're going to put that there. And then we also have a winner of this lovely little vinyl bag. This was made by Elaine. So you can tell all your friends you have an Elaine original. It unzips. It's got a vinyl front so you can see exactly what's inside your little bag. And this is going to Kathy Patience. Kathy, we are going to send this over to the Thornton store. So come on over to Thornton to pick this up, and we will hold it for you. Congratulations, Kathy. Yay. Okay. So we have that done. And then we have a few things that are going to be on special for the next week for this project. We have some Schmetz embroidery needles. We have some flathead magic pins, which are like my favorite pins, and a different kind of pin, friction. I love these. I use them religiously. And then we also have this lovely Quilter Select 6x12 ruler. It's like the perfect size. So get that for 20% off while you can. That's awesome. So I'm going to set those right over there. I think there's something else. Oh, the Isacord threads are also on special. That's in regard to making this little guy here. And yeah, so I think that's it. We're all ready to go. So I'm going to get started. I'm going to move these things over so that we'll have some room to press. Oh, also an open toe foot, because you guys know me and the open toe foot. So this clear foot, actually, if you want the metal one, we can do 20% on that as well. Hopefully Elaine got that on the website. If not, just give us a call. We can do the metal or the clear open toe foot for 20% off for the next week. And yeah, okay, so we're ready to go. I have all the fabric cut out. The other thing I wanted to mention is that we do have kits. So if you like the fabrics that I'm using, you can order a kit for $8.99 and you'll get everything that you need for the front of the tulip. And you need to only go and get the embroidery pattern if you want this one, or if you have your own, you can do that. You can actually even leave the embroidery part off if you don't want to do that part. All up to you. Okay, so let's get going. I have all my fabrics cut and labeled right here. You know, it's done very professionally with scraps of paper. So, you know, I like the little labels that you can get. In fact, I have those at home, but here at the shop, I just, tore up scrap paper and filled it out that way. All right, so getting started, and I'm just going to follow along in the pattern, which, as I said, if you go to sulky.com, it is free. And I think Elaine has a link to that, so you'll be able to find it. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to take your C, D, and F fabrics, which are these squares, and on the first time around, I actually used my friction pen to draw a diagonal line across all of these, but I thought, well, since I'm using the chorus, I would show you guys exactly how that works with the laser line. So you can either use the friction pens to draw the line across, or you can use the laser if you have that capability on your sewing machine to go straight across. Okay, so I'm going to, I figured that it kind of timed out a little bit. I'm going to give these a little bit of a press because I'm going to do these first. And I cut them, but they were in the little fold that we had. So just kind of get it a little bit flatter. Okay, so we're going to take each one of these and we're going to take the C fabrics and we're going to put one on the top right and one on the top left. It's actually going to end up in the middle, but either way, it's going to end up there. You just want to have one on either side. You don't want to do them both the same. So now I'm going to just sew from corner to corner. I'm going to make sure that your right sides are together. And here we go. You're going to come around? Okay. It's okay.
And then trip over.
She's okay. She hasn't fallen. Oops. Now, this sometimes does happen whenever you have, I didn't put a whole lot of best press on it. And so sometimes if your fabric gets sucked down into the needle, you can always just pull it up and then kind of push it down like that. It'll be just fine. Now, as you can see, my laser is going straight across. And as long as as I sew, I keep the end of the laser at the end point, it's going to be just fine. So I'll lower my foot. And if I can get, okay. I'm just going to stitch across. And of course it's going down into my feed dogs. Okay, here we go. And you don't have to use lime green thread. I'm just letting you know, I just left it in here from when I was just sewing the first one. You won't see this thread anyway, so go ahead and use your white or dove or whatever you like. And I'm just going to chain piece it. I'm going to do the other one the exact same way, and I'm just going to put the point of my fabric right there at the point of the needle. And there it goes.
And while you trim that, we have questions, people wanting to see the project that got on.
Okay.
Late, so I'm reaching around Yvette.
What? Someone came on late? I'm just teasing y'all.
Can you hold that so I can back up? Okay, that is Yvette's Wonky Tulip. But
That's what I'm calling it.
The pattern is actually a free pattern from Sulky, and the website should be posted on the event, so you can go straight to Sulky and download the actual pattern.
It's free.
Does the Meridian have a laser?
I don't know. That's a very good question. I don't know, but we will find out. Yes. We don't have a Meridian on the floor. Otherwise, I would go over and just see if the button is there. Well, the Altair is basically the Meridian, except that it has a sewing. Isn't the Meridian only embroidery?
Yeah.
So I don't think it would, actually. But I don't really know. I'm sure that everything, higher up than the chorus will definitely have it, but I'm not sure about the Meridian just because it doesn't have a sewing component. So we will find out and let you guys know. Okay, so now I'm going to just trim off at a 1/4 inch.
1/4 inch from your seam line?
From my seam line, yes ma'am. I'm acting like you guys all know how to sew already. Alright, so I'm going to do that one. And then
yes, the Meridian has a laser light for embroidery. It is an embroidery only machine.
Oh, okay. There you go. It does have one. That is very handy to know. Okay, then I'm just going to press it.
While Yvette is pressing those seams open, I will show the Fab 5 again. Since it's Friday and a lot of us have had a rough week, it is the Margarita fabric. So we have a blue, a vivid pink, one with margaritas
I totally
on it.
did that wrong.
They look pretty tasty to me. And 2 of the fabrics, Yvette's favorite, have words on it that match the other 3 fabrics. And it talks about drinking and having fun. So here's some of the words.
Keep showing them that because I've messed this one up.
Okay. So you can see the words go in different directions. So it will fit with any project that you use this for. And the other one with words, let me open that up. That is very cute. It has martini glasses, wine glasses.
The lowest one and then the one that's up from that one.
You have to pay for these. They're very springy.
You need to do something? Or?
Oh no, I just messed up a thing. I've got to recut the fabric.
It happens to us.
Right? Right? It always is going to happen whenever you're on a live. I mean, for goodness sakes. I'm coming. I'm coming. I sewed that one wrong, so I'm having to do it again. So do as I say, not as I do, people. Okay, so now I'm getting this one over here. Because I cut it and I pressed it back and I went to put them together and I thought, oh, well, that didn't happen correctly. That messed up. All right, so now I'm just sewing this one. Right sides together, right down that laser line. Okay. All right, so now I'm doing this trim again. 1/4 inch from my seam allowance line that I just sewed. And then giving it a quick press. Okay, and now we're making this into the middle of the heart, so we're just going to sew those together, right sides together, right along that shorter line in the middle. And I just kind of line everything up to make sure it's, you know, sitting rather closely on top of each other. And then I'm going to do a 1/4 inch line, and maybe it's actually not, because I do on my machine at home, I definitely have markings for my 1/4 inch, but I'm just not an excellent piecer. So you guys just give yourself a little grace, because it's not just you. Some people have perfect everything, and other people have to work at it a little bit, and that's okay. And, you know, my wonky tulip in the garden is just fine. All right, I'm just making sure that I don't fold that seam over. And there we go. Okay, so now I'm going to take this, try to do a little trimming, and I'm going to just come over and press it. If I weren't on a live, I would probably take the time to press it open, just because seams like this, I just tend to like those to be open, but I'm just going to fold it over for right now. It'll be just fine. It's just a preference, but either way is okay. All right, so now I'm going to take my other pieces, and it's kind of like a personal choice of what order you want to put these pieces in. But when I was testing earlier, I kind of liked this one right here. So I'm going to kind of lay them out like that. And then I kind of wanted this one to go next. And then I think the purple looked better there. And then this other pink color. So we're going to right sides together. We're going to sew this one together first. Right down the long side. And right here, you could be using your flathead pins. This is exactly what I did whenever I was making the first one. Or if you prefer using your Wonder Clips, you can use that as well. Either one is fine. I'm just trying to make sure I keep it right in the middle. I did end up having to do some trimming, just because that's how I roll. All right, here we go. And of course, if this were flat open, I think I probably will go over there and press it open. I'm sorry, y'all. I just can't help it. It's just going to lay flatter. I always end up, see, this is what happens whenever I don't have my shoes off. I can't tell if my foot's actually pushing on the pedal or not. Okay. I'm taking my shoes off. Only Celeste is going to be sorry.
Hold my breath.
Okay. So I'm going to come over. I'm going to give this a little press to press it open. I like it. I just like open better. Okay, so we're going to get that open a little bit. And then I'm going to give this a quick little press. This one I'm just going to fold over. And this is where I would spray it with Best Press to make sure everything is laying flat, or I would use my Magic Juice to make sure everything was like flat as a pancake. However, in the interest of saving time, we are not going to do that. And then you're going to do the next one. So we're going to add the next one. And I'm just going to sew straight down. Look how great I'm sewing when I'm barefoot. And then I'm just going to come over here, give it a quick press over. And the pattern does give you ideas of which way to press. And there are ways. I'm just doing this quick and dirty, y'all. All right. I'm going to do this pink one. Actually, this is the purplish one. Purplish one. All right. I think my gas pedal is like caught on the plug for the iron. I'm like, I really feel like I should be sewing a little bit faster. Okay, and then we'll put this last one on. Love that open toe foot. You see, I told you. I told you. That we have so many darn wires under here. Okay. And we're going to give this last piece a little press. And then we are going to take the D fabric. I want to make sure I'm correct about that, but I'm pretty sure that's what it was. I feel like I just made one of these. I am correct. Okay, so I'm going to take these D fabrics and I'm going to put them in the bottom right and left corner here. And you want to do it after you sew all of them because as you can see, it's going to come up on this second to last row. And so you want to make sure you have all of them put on first, okay? I'm going to put my laser back on, and here we go. Okay, here we go. And then we do the other side, right here in this corner. Do 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 do. Okay, now I'm going to trim these corners 1/4 inch from my seam line. Do you remember my first day when I didn't know how to use these rotary cutters?
I do remember that.
Oh, yeah.
Come a long way.
Elaine looked at me like I was a crazy person. She's like, who did they bring in here? Girl can't even use a rotary cutter. And I was like...
So those of you who have joined late, we are making a piece tulip wall hanging from Sulky. My arms aren't long enough.
Uh-oh. We should have, like, hung it up. We have other things we need to start putting over here.
And it actually has an embroidery in the center that you can get from Sulky. This is a free pattern from Sulky.com, and the link should be on their website. And there should be a link on our website to get to Sulky.
And this embroidery design is $4.99. We also have the one that we are going to be putting on the second one, this one here. This one's also $4.99. So you can buy one or both or whatever you'd like.
Or use one that you have already.
Or use one that you have already, absolutely, because, you know, we all already have a whole bunch of different, embroideries, patterns, and stuff like that. Okay, so now I'm going to move on to making the leaves. So I'm going to take my 2E blocks. Here they are, my E's. And this is another one where we're going to be sewing them opposite because your leaves are going to be going next to each other. So you're going to take your little F fabrics, these little guys here, and I'm going to take the first one and I'm going to lay them just like this. And then on the other one, I'm going to go in the opposite corners. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and chain piece these. And you always know, anytime that you're putting on squares like this, you're always going corner to corner, so you're going to have something like this cut off. You would never actually be going this way. I mean, I know I'm saying this, and you're thinking to yourself, oh my goodness, Yvette, like you have to say that. I cannot tell you how many times I actually did that. So I am just saying, you know, we're all human, so just want to make sure you're going corner to corner. And here we go. I must be on that cord again.
Because you're going slow.
I'm going slow. Okay, there we go. Whoa! I must have somehow got that off of there.
Crazy driver.
When I come to tell you guys, could it be any more fun in this joint? I love this place. Okay, here we go. I'm going to do the other side.
Gotta go 90 miles an hour, though.
Okay, let's see if I can do it. Oh, man. All right, here we go. Don't go too fast. Okay, here we go. I go 0 to 60 in like 1.5. Okay, here we go. Okay, so now I'm just going to trim off that excess fabric 1/4 inch from my seam allowance on all 4 corners. Oops. 1. 2. 3. Ho, ho, ho. 3 corners. 3 corners. And 4. Ho, ho, ho. Okay, 4 corners, guys.
You sound like Santa, not the bunny rabbit.
No, I'm supposed to sound like Count on Sesame Street.
Oh, because you're counting.
Right, I don't know. Go figure. All right, I'm going to try to, like, hold this up. Okay, and then I'm just going to press all of these corners over. Okay. After that, we are going to take the G pieces. And first I want to make sure that I'm putting these the right way. Let me look at the picture. Yep, this is right. Okay.
This too?
Yep, perfect. Okay, so now I'm going to take these guys and I'm going to sew them to the tops of either one of these. Make sure I'm going the right way. That's the right way. Yep. Okay, so I'm going to fold it right sides together. Do a 1/4 inch right down this line. And then I'm going to do the second one, right sides together. Okay, now I'm going to give this a quick press. And then we're going to take the H pieces and I'm going to sew those to the bottom here. Fold that up, right sides together. And then the second one, right sides together. I'm reminded that it's not my machine every time I go to use the knee lift.
It's not
Like,
there,
it's not,
is it?
it's not there. It's not really, okay, I just got it turned over, but you just don't do that. Whoa! You don't do that little lip thing. Don't do that. Okay, now I'm just going to press these. You'll never see that. It's going right in the seam.
We won't tell anybody.
Okay, nobody's watching, right? Okay. All right, so now that I've got these two pieces and they go like this, okay, I'm now going to sew the stem right down the middle. So I'm going to turn it right sides together, but it is a solid, so, you know, it's throwing me a solid. See how I did that? Okay, here we go. And this is exactly how my flower got wonky. Okay. Now I'm going to give this a quick press. And then I'm going to fold this one over, right sides together. I probably got my seam, it looks like I got my seams a little bit tight, but that's okay. I'm going to do a little trim after to like clean up all of my wonky everything. That's what I do. I try to see if I can keep my lines here kind of matching up right, because I mean, like I said, I'm not the best piecer, but my stuff always looks super cute, so I don't worry about it.
And it doesn't always have to be perfect.
That's right, it doesn't.
That's what makes it original.
That's right. See, there's something crazy going on over here. I'm gonna act like I don't see it. Okay, here we go. I hear you laughing at me. But that's okay, you're laughing with me, because I just, you know what, it's got to be fun. It really is fun. If you're giving yourself, you know, if you're fussing at yourself too much, that can't possibly be fun. Okay, so now I'm going to, got a little bit of thread there. Going to fold this part back and press. Okay, so now I've got this guy, and I'm going to be sewing the top to the bottom, just like this. All right, so I'm going to fold them right sides together.
That goes together pretty quickly.
It goes together really quickly, and I did, on the first time I made this, my leaves were smaller somehow than my flower that time as well. So like I said, what I do is I just try to center everything, and then I can always just go and clean it up after, that's what I did on the first one. Although my flower still ended up just a tiny bit wonky, but that's okay. I still think it's cute. But I'm gonna kind of try to keep that in mind and air it a little bit toward another way, and then I'll clean it up. Okay. I am also trying to make it really fast. So if you're ever trying to put something together really fast, just remember, you can always get your pieces together in such a way that you can go and do a quick little trim, and you don't trim a lot. You just trim a little bit to clean everything up so that you can get it together pretty evenly. So my seams, like over here, they're all wonky. I'd be happy to show you guys. But this tulip is still going to look just fine. What I do, and what I did on the first one, is I will take it, I head over here, and everything's like a little kind of crazy. You can see my seams are like not matching up, and over here it's doing that. But I'm just going to clean it up a little bit. So I can see that green thread through there. I'm going to make sure I got my 1/4 inch line right on there. And I also pay attention to how my lines are following my seam lines. And if you can kind of keep things, you know, mostly right, then I can just trim off this extra, which just cleans it up a tiny little bit. Okay. And then I'll give that a quick press. Nobody sees that back part. Nobody sees it. Except you. And you can still make it look pretty. Okay, and then what I did was I cleaned up the sides a bit. So I just I follow one of my lines. One of the straighter ones is good. So like if I can get my ruler down or the...
referring to the seam line.
Yes, so like if I go, I look at one of the lines on the ruler, and I kind of make sure like the stem is a great place to go. As long as that is lined up, I will just clean up those edges so that I'll have a straight line to work with whenever I'm adding the next fabrics. Okay, now I'll just do the same thing here. Put it on those same lines. Okay, and this doesn't have to be perfect either, just to let you know. You just want to clean it up a little bit so that you have a straight line to work with whenever you're adding your next fabrics. And I just remember exactly kind of where I have that line. So I don't want to cut off too, like this part's going to have a bit cut off, but I don't want to cut too much off of everything. So I want to keep it about the same size. Okay, so now it's nice and straight. And I'm going to take my J fabric, and these pieces are going to go at the top and bottom. And because I did a little bit of trimming, there's probably going to be a size discrepancy, but that's okay. You can always trim again. Okay, So that'll go there. See, I trimmed off that much, so there is going to be a little bit of discrepancy there. That's normal. That's just fine. And I'm going to do the same on the bottom. I'm just going to right sides together and add this piece on first. I did not clean up the top and the bottom, though. I should probably do that. Let me do that, because those are off a little bit too. It just makes it easier to sew. And I'm going to make sure I'm lined along the bottom, just on one of my lines on the ruler, just keeping it straight. Clean that bottom up and do a little bit on the top. The top's better. It's not that bad. Okay. Okay. I need to bring a black light in here so we could
So you
do
can
this
tell
where
which
the
side of
top and the
sign
bottom.
is.
Yes, the right side of the fabric. I have one of those at home and it's like a lifesaver sometimes. Okay. Oop. See, I was about to start sewing right on that line, on that cord.
There's a comment on here stating that it would make a cute table runner, making 2 tulips.
It would. That would be cute.
Yes.
Yes. And then I'm going to put the other piece on the top. Okay, now I'm going to press the top and the bottom. And then I'm going to just trim those extra pieces on the side there.
Using your 6x12 ruler.
Yes. This is a great size of a ruler whenever you're doing small projects like this. It's really great. And now I'm going to take my K fabric and I'm going to put it on the sides. And now it's a little bit longer too, so I'm just going to be able to make sure the sides are lined up, and that should be good. What I like about doing wall hangings like this is, you know, it's not clothing. So if I do need to do a little bit of trimming to clean up my stuff, it's not going to make any difference. Nobody's going to know, oh, that was supposed to finish at 18 by 10. You know, nobody's going to know that. Okay, now I'm just going to press the sides. All right, and it's pretty much done. There he is. And I have my embroidery. So I took a little piece of felt, and there is a pattern in here with a template that you can cut out, and you can cut out your felt to be decorative like that. But what I did with the first one was I just used pinking shears. Actually, I used a pinking rotary cutter, and I got that around there. And I probably should have made it a little bit smaller, but, you know, whatever size you'd like. It's just really cute, and I like that it looks 3D. I really kind of like that. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to do like a decorative stitch around. I'll probably do a little bit of a simpler one. And I'm just going to pick something fun. Let's see. Yes, I want to do that. I'm going to go to this guy and let's see.
While Yvette's picking out her fancy decorative stitch, we're going to look at Fab 5 again.
Yes.
Since it's Friday, it's Cocktail Friday in our minds. So the fabric, this one has margaritas of all types with lots of fruit and flowers in it. Comes with a pink, a vibrant blue, and Yvette's favorite, 2 of the fabrics have words on it, all relating to having a fun time and sip sip hooray, and you name it. This will keep you busy for hours trying to read everything on here. That's upside down. Let's do it this way. You are the tequila to my margarita, and it's margarita o'clock. Isn't that what Jimmy Buffett would always say? It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
That's right. And also, y'all, there ain't nothing with having a virgin drink either. Absolutely nothing wrong. If you don't feel like having alcohol, just get yourself a little virgin drink.
That's right.
That's right.
So again, let me put them all together in a stack. And that is our Fab 5 for today. And we'll go back to Yvette and see what decorative stitch she selected.
Probably if I had like a brighter thread, which whenever you're choosing your I-Support threads to get 20% off today and actually for the next week, pick something nice and bright. I probably should have picked like this orange or something. I think that would have been like really cool too. And I'm just pretty much going around doing very simple. This is like a little kite that I found. And I thought that looked kind of cute, so I'm trying the kite. But do something bright pink or that vibrant orange right there or a nice vibrant blue or anything like that. Just do something real springy that'll stand out. I just didn't feel like changing my thread. It would have taken a little more time, and we are, you know, pretty much supposed to be done right now. So just trying to finish up most of the way anyhow. And then what I'm going to do after this is I'm going to just trim it up, and then I will sew it down onto my tulip. And I sort of picked something that I wouldn't have to, you know, line anything up or match it up, so I could just do something real quick. All right, and then I am just going to let's see, what do I want to do? I think I'm just going to make it pretty simple for this one. Let me use these scissors. I think I'm going to try to do a little trim around here. And y'all, I'm just winging this. I'm just improving it is what I'm doing. So I'm going to kind of go about 1/4 inch from where my design ends. Have fun with it. Just do something fun. Doesn't have to be perfect. And then I think after I get this trimmed down a little, I'm going to kind of trim the corners a little. One more. And I kind of cut a little off.
Like a little diagonal.
Yeah. And then I think I'm just going to do a simple trim around, maybe 1/8 of an inch around. I think that might look cute. And I'm going to try to make it not exactly perfect. I want to kind of
You could essentially make any shape, like the
yeah,
bottom shows making scallops around it.
Just have
You
fun
can
with it.
make
Yeah.
an oval around it as well.
Yep. And then I'll probably mimic this a little bit. And you could always, like, after you sew this on, you could maybe even, like, depending on what your design is, you could add little buttons, like if you have a button with, like, a shell on it, or,
More flowers?
yeah, more flowers. I mean, you know, sky's the limit. You could do whatever you'd like. It's supposed to be a decorative piece. So then I am just going to go back to my regular straight stitch, and I'm just going to... Oh, that wasn't what I meant. I need to attach it to my flower is what I was going to do. Okay. I'm like, hey, what am I doing here? So put it wherever you'd like. I'm going to kind of put it sort of in the middle. Maybe I'll even kind of put it to the side. I'm going to like make it kind of sideways wonky a little bit. I like that. Okay.
You're using your pivot feature.
I am. I love the pivot feature. Most of the time. There's some things where you may not want the pivot feature, but usually it is pretty awesome. I see where I started. I was like, where did I start? Ah, wonky. Reckless driver over here. Ah. All right. Cut off that thread. And there we go.
Very nice.
So now I have 2 of them to finish. And, you know, one of you people may be lucky enough to win one. Who knows? But that's super cute. I love this one. Thank you for doing this embroidery, Celeste.
You're welcome.
That one was so cute. I love this one. Okay, so we're done for the day. The bell's about to ring, so we can all go. And thank you guys so much for coming and sewing with me. Please leave lots of comments. If you have any questions, you can pop some questions down. And if you were here in Littleton or in Thornton yesterday for our special sale, thank you so much for coming. It was so good to see all of you guys, and we will see you guys on Monday. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.
Bye.